A business strategy is the synthesis of three components: a company's stated business objectives, target market identification, and strategic management plans. These elements align to place the company in a competitive position to achieve its immediate and long-term business goals. Today, we will tell you how to build a company strategy. Before starting the video, subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon so you can get notified when we upload the next video. Number 10. Develop a true vision. Vision is an abstract word that means different things to different people. Classically, a vision or vision statement is a snapshot into the future. It should include aspirations of what type of company you want to be, and unlike a mission statement, articulates what success looks like in clear terms: customers, markets, volume, etc. Number 9. Identify your objective and your core values. Your objective is your goal for the business. It's centered on the problem you're aiming to solve with your products or services. Your company values will run hand in hand with your objective. What ethical guidelines will you employ as you strive for your business goal? In business, traditional goal setting lets you measure what you do, but it doesn't lend itself to gauging how you do it or why. And if you only focus on the results, it can sometimes incentivize you to take a course of action that prioritizes your organization's needs over your customers' needs. To help you focus more on your purpose and process instead of just your results, consider setting and anchoring to an aspiration or your vision for your business in the future. When building your business strategy, it'll inspire you to do work that better serves your customers. Once you set and anchor to an aspiration, you can add your goal to the equation, which will help you simultaneously produce customer-centric work and hit your numbers. Number 8. Pinpoint which segments of your market you want to capture. Your product or service most likely isn't the best fit for your entire market, so it's crucial to pinpoint the segment or segments of your market that benefit the most from your product or service. Customers who genuinely need and want your product or service are also the customers who retain the longest and are least likely to churn, boosting your customer lifetime value and lowering your customer acquisition costs. One of the most significant barriers to growth is poor targeting. Absent of very specific targets, companies suffer from unclear messaging and thus misalignment between sales and marketing. Defining niches and specialties allows companies to focus resources. Of course, some companies are generalists by design. Clear target markets give a company the ability to create an integrated sales and marketing approach, where marketing enables sales productivity. Sales and marketing plans are executed more efficiently when targets are tight. Number 7. Define competitive advantage. At the essence of strategy is identifying how a company can deliver unique value to its customers. In many sectors of the economy, companies are stuck in a sea of sameness. A well-thought-out business strategy should consider how a company can create space from competition in its service offering, pricing model, delivery system, and more. Number 6. Determine how you beat your competition. Ricky Bobby's legendary saying that if you ain't first, you're last doesn't necessarily apply to the business world, but it does have some bearing on it. Your customers won't buy two or the same products or services, so if you want to capture as much of your segment of the market as possible, you need to place first in the majority of your target customers' minds. Some of the best ways to stay top of mind are crafting a creatively refreshing brand, differentiating your product or service from the rest of the crowd, and pricing your product relative to its perceived value. Figure out which competencies are needed to beat your competition and sustain your business's success. Unfortunately, passion isn't enough to beat your competition and rocket to the top of your industry. Talent and skill are just as crucial. Depending on your aspirations, goals, and market, you need to figure out which types of teams and employees you need to develop and recruit to not only beat your competition, but to also sustain your success. Decide which management systems are needed to hone these competencies. If your business is a team, then your managers are the coaches. They're responsible for developing, supporting, and inspiring your employees to do their best work possible. Because no matter how much raw talent your employees have, they'll never reach their potential and in turn help the business reach its potential if they don't refine the skills and discipline necessary to compete and succeed. Number 5. Conduct a self-assessment. Part of the strategic planning process is taking a hard look at the organization as it presently exists. Do you have the cash flow and human resources needed to see your plan to fruition? What competitive advantages do you enjoy over other brands? Business professionals often call this a SWOT analysis, which stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. Note that your company's strengths and weaknesses are internal factors that you, as a business leader, can control, while its opportunities and threats are external factors that you cannot control. As one of our Vistage member clients says, a thriving company is a growing company. It is only through growth that companies can afford to invest in things like technology, the best people, and new equipment. The strategic plan should identify in which segments a company will grow and in what proportion, so that product mix yields a specific net margin result. Only after coming to such conclusions could a company know how much it can afford in terms of capex, overhead expenses, and so on. Number 4. Assign a team. Decide who in your organization will be heading up the efforts to achieve each aspect of your strategy. It's important that whoever you deputize be given leeway to make strategic decisions in a nimble fashion. Micromanaging from a CEO or board members can hurt morale and grind a process to a halt, so deputize people whose judgment you trust. The strongest teams consist of upper management, who set the holistic goals and objectives, middle management, who oversees execution of goals and monitors specific departments, and functional operators, who perform the on-the-ground duties of a business like making sales or providing a service. Number 3. Research your market and past success stories. Find out how similar brands claimed market share, grew brand awareness, and managed a happy and productive workforce. It's okay to borrow their most effective strategies. In all likelihood, they once borrowed from other brands. Market research provides critical information about your market and your business landscape. It can tell you how your company is perceived by the target customers and clients you want to reach. It can help you understand how to connect with them, show how you stack up against the competition, and inform how you plan your next steps. Market research can also play an important role in the process of developing your products and services, bringing them to the marketplace, and marketing them to consumers. For many businesses, market research is a key component in developing marketing strategy by providing a fact-based foundation for estimating sales and profitability. In fact, it can make the difference between making wise decisions that drive business forward and poor decisions that can damage your business. The competitive environment you face is increasingly challenging. It's safe to assume that your competitors are conducting research to gain their own advantage. That may be the best reason of all to make market research a key part of your business growth strategy. Number 2. Lay out a roadmap to success. Once you have a thorough self-assessment, a carefully chosen team, and the proper data, you're ready to lay out your plan in detail. Declare business strategy goals and space them out at realistic intervals. Push your organization to be its very best, but set goals that can be reasonably met. With time, you will find the balance between ambition and fulfillment. Maintaining that balance will be crucial for a long, fruitful existence as a business. Strategy is a garbage-in, garbage-out exercise. Executives often complain about a lack of good data, but we consistently find information that is useful in the formation of strategy. We once worked with a Vistage member who was trying to quantify the value of various segments served. By accessing the public records of a nearby port, we were able to quantify actual shipments of merchandise by potential customers. Number 1. Stay focused. Once a business identifies its role in the marketplace and develops a business strategy around that role, it's important to stay faithful to that strategy. Brands that stray from their core business can lose their strategic focus. It tends to be more fruitful to limit your ambitions to what you know you're the best at. Think long-term. In the face of constant change, planning horizons are shorter than they used to be. However, only thinking quarter to quarter is a trap that may rob companies of their ability to see around the bend. Best-in-class companies create processes designed to treat strategy as an annual cycle rather than a one-time static event. But be nimble. Companies can think long-term and still be nimble. For example, a critical component of strategy is an external forces analysis. Companies should be evaluating long-term external forces and adapting based on new information, meeting regularly, perhaps quarterly, to pivot. Be inclusive. To be nimble, companies are including different people in their strategy than in the past. At a time when companies are hiring more millennial employees, there is greater transparency. While I am never one to advocate that companies open their books, as that is a personal decision for the entrepreneur, there is certainly movement toward more inclusion and transparency. Do let us know in the comments if you want to share any other tips for developing company strategy. Thanks for watching.